Hello, I'm Rick Dior. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of Snare Drum of the Week. This week we're going to look at a couple Doc Sweeney drums. These are Stave drums made of African olive wood. Really beautiful drums. So Doc Sweeney is one of the small boutique drum companies. There's many of them these days. They are a great company, and actually I am an endorser. Usually I stay away from drum and drum set endorsements. Always have, because I use a lot of different drum sets. But they're a very small and good company that make amazing drums. So I do have my name on their artist page, but the only drum company I have my name on at this point. So I have two snares here we'll show you today. I have a 5" by 14, and I have a 6.5" by 14. Both are Stave olive wood, as they said. Olive wood is a beautiful African wood, and it's kind of oily, and it's rare. So I was so happy when I got this. I actually made a pair of olive wood drumsticks. I found some olive wood, and it's very hard to find. I don't mass produce these. I just made a pair for myself, so that's what they look like. Okay, you can see how it matches. So this wood is very hard, and it sounds really, really good for snare drums. Somewhere in between kind of a metal snare and a wood snare that would be maple or birch or something like that. So today I'll show you these drums. I'll play them both on the kit. And first we'll talk about these drums right here, as I usually do. I'll give you the tour. I'll give you a close-up of the inside of both drums. Now, these drums were made in 2019. Behind me, missing one tom, is this kit, which I'll do a separate video on. And that's my Doc Sweeney kit made out of the same wood. And when I endorsed them in 2018, I got this kit, and Steve Stetcher, who's a great guy, and Patrick, who I think owns the company still, they said, oh yeah, we'll make you a couple snare drums to match it. So I got this drum, and then they made me this drum later. So these are both from 2019. I'm not sure they're using African olive wood anymore. I went on the site. I didn't see any. There's, of course, a picture of this drum set on there from years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. But you know, like I said, it's a rare wood, expensive wood, so it's hard to find. So first we'll show you this 6.5. And you see right here, we'll give you a close-up in a minute, of this logo here, the badge. And they have different lines of drums. Now, they've come a long way since I've been with them, 7, 8 years. They have lots of different drums. They've gotten reviews. They've gotten pretty big. Back then, they were pretty small. And this is the strainer here. It's actually a, let me see if I can grab it here. It's a 2-point strainer, which is great. So you can have it loose and pretty tight. It's got the adjustment here. No adjustment on the butt plate, which is fine. I rarely use that anyway. It's a 10-lug snare drum. Both of them are. It has black nickel plated rims, not die cast, as far as I know. And just the regular tube lug. So nothing real fancy here. It's just a beautiful, understated drum. And I'll give you the tour here, slowly. So the stave work here is gorgeous. And I think the staves are either 1/2" or 3/8, close to that. Move it here. And you see the butt plate here. Okay, and we'll put this down. And we'll show you the 5. Give you the tour of that. Same exact drum, really, just more shallow in depth. It's got one vent hole near the butt plate. We're coming around to that. You'll see it. Same strainer, same everything. So the drums are identical, just like my Canopus Zelkovas that I showed you in Season 1. Same size and everything. They sound a lot different because it's a Stave drum. Stave drums, especially made of hardwood, like the Brady drums or this wood, the olive wood, they have a really particular sound. It's really hard to find thin Stave drums like this. This is why I really one of these, and the kit sounds spectacular. So we'll also show you a tom from the kit. And this is a 10x8 tom, small tom. And that's what that looks like. Got the rim mounts on here. And you see their hardware is pretty unique there. So this is a 6-lug drum, okay? And all these drums are going to have, on the bottom, Aquarian heads. On the top, I changed them out to Remo pinstripe on the drum set. We'll do a separate video. Might have already posted it on these drums. I'll show you the inside of that in a minute. On the snare drums, I have the original Aquarian heads on there. I haven't changed them yet because they sound great. And I do use these drums quite often. But they're holding up. I don't play them real hard, though. So I have changed it to tom heads on the drum set, but not the snare heads. They still sound really good. So Aquarian on the top and the bottom. And we'll turn it over here and just show you. These are canopus snares. That's what they use. So we'll give you a little tour of the inside here. So here's the inside. Let me put my hand on these snares. You see the 45-degree bearing edges. I think there's just very, very basic snare beds here. Hard to see them even if there are any. There's probably something there. But you see the Stave construction. Very, very, very well done there. I've had some Stave drums that aren't well done. Some have fallen apart. I had a Brady that fell apart. But this is just beautiful stuff. They take a lot of care when they make their drums. They're just gorgeous. And here's the canopus. I believe these are canopus. See, they look like it. Snares. And they do sign every drum. You can see it down there. I think it's like a silver Sharpie. This is 2019. The drum set ones are in black. And their head logo there. And we'll show you. Actually, I'll turn it over. And you can see, excuse me, the tube lugs, and there's a strainer. So it's 2.1, 2. Okay. They have some different strainers they use, I think. And here's the logo. I'm not sure if there's a serial number on here. I've actually never looked. Hard to see. I don't think so. It's just kind of one-of-a-kind thing, so I'm not sure they'd put a serial number on any of these. There's the vent hole. And what I'm going to do is show you this tom. And I'll do this again when we do the drum set video. So they're exactly the same, you see. Beautiful. All from the same planks. Because this stuff varies in color. So you can tell they used the same. They must have had some left over when they made these snares because they used the same planks or plank. And let's look inside here. Turn this over. And there's the signature. This one's in, is this in black? It's hard to tell, but yeah, it's 2018. Hard to see with all this lighting going on. Okay. So, beautiful drums. So we'll go to the drum set now, and I'll play each snare drum for you. Okay, here I am at the kit. We'll start with the 5-inch drum. No muffling. This is a tuning I use. It's around an A flat on this 5-inch drum. The cymbals, by the way, because I know I'll forget, are these old Jack Dejohnette cymbals that I'm doing a video today on. Maybe I posted it already. Never know the order I'm going to put these in. So they're a little strange sounding, but I like them. They're fun to play on. Very dry. So it's not a loud drum. That's one thing. You can play it really hard like I'm doing here, and it's never overbearing like a lot of the metal drums would be. It's still warm. And this is a good tuning. Now with the snares off, very much a timbali-like sound. So we'll put a little muffling on there. Normally I will not play this drum muffled, but I'll let you hear how it sounds. Pretty fat sounding drum for being this thin. All right, so we'll put the 6.5 up here. It'll have that same dry character, but a bit deeper, obviously. And we're going to have to lower this snare stand a little. All right. Now normally I play this drum a little bit tighter than I would other wood drums, so it's going to be a little bit high. Describe it playing it somewhere in between a metal drum and a wood drum. just because that wood's got a very high Janka rating, which means it's extremely hard, harder than maple, harder than birch, oak, those kinds of things. All right. So we'll just play a little. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time for the next episode of Snare Drum of the Week.